Hello viewers, today for initial checkout we have a RadioShack wall phone. This is category number 43-842, and while it doesn't explicitly state on here anywhere, this is of course the iconic 2554 style set. This is another one of the telephones from the H, and this is a really neat one because in the picture he showed me of these phones, I saw this one, but I didn't realize that it wasn't a standard Cortelco 2554. But in fact, this is the RadioShack branded 2554. I remember seeing these sold in RadioShack years ago. There was a RadioShack nearby, and I went there with my grandparents to purchase a set of cordless phones. It was in fact the Uniden DECT 2080 series, and while we were there purchasing those phones, I remember seeing these on the shelves. I don't think this is identical to those. I think the one that was there might have had the square earpiece and mouthpiece. This one has the circular ones, which is fine because I like the circular ones better anyways. This is old enough to have the carbon microphone, which is easily replaced if it ever spoils. I doubt that it ever will. This is not threading correctly. There it goes. And this is not old enough to have the old metal speaker in there. It's got a plastic one. The brand is Merry, as in Merry Christmas. It's the number. Still has the cotton in there after all these years. It's amazing how long the 2500 and the 2554 model has been around and has been on the market almost unchanged. You can trace phones like this for 20-30 years and the design is nearly identical. It's just a fantastic, simple, durable, reliable telephone. Arguably the best ever made. This one is a little bit newer because it has the redial feature, which none of the older ones had, and it's also new enough to have the electronic buttons rather than the old mechanical style, which is in some ways better because a lot of the mechanical ones, the contacts would get dirty or whatever, and they would need assistance over the years. The electronic dial pad seems to be, at least for now, seems to be more reliable. Of course, we'll see if it still works in 50 years from now. This probably would have had a sliding mechanism on here, and this would have been specifically for use with a wall plate only. This one was removed and replaced with a regular module plug. I would have done the same thing for ease of installation. There's two wall mount pairs on here. We can use this and that, or we can use these two here, and that locks it shut, which is kind of cool. I've never seen one like that before with that sliding mechanism. Ringer volume, it probably has the single bell ringer to it. It's in really nice condition too. A little bit of wear up at the top where the handset meets the cradle, but that's it. Okay, so, this also has tone pulse styling, which is kind of neat. I'll connect this up here. Okay, let's go ahead and call this telephone. It is volume adjustable. That's about as quiet as it gets. And that's all the way loud. Okay, we'll go ahead and answer it. Sees the line correctly. Hang up, release the line. That appears to be working. Let's check the numbers and make sure it's dialing correctly. We have a little bit of a sensitivity issue here. Yeah, we definitely have a sensitivity issue. I'll put the speakerphone on so you can hear when it's pressed. It's really just 3 and 6 that are having a problem. Oh, somewhat 1 as well. Redial seems to work. Let's go over to pulse. That is working. Okay, now we'll go ahead and record a testing message into the testing answering machine. This is a test from the RadioShack 2554 telephone. Other than the minor sensitivity issue with the buttons, it seems to be working correctly.
1. New message and 11. Old messages. Message 1.
This is a test from the RadioShack 2554 telephone. Other than the minor sensitivity issue with the buttons, it seems to be working correctly.
End of messages.
Alright, that worked very well. Sounded quite good for a carbon microphone. Now I'll make an outside call.
Farmer Jones here in the beautiful snowy Christmas tree fields. A real beautiful sight up here at the farm. Now we are open. Actually, we're open today and every day.
Okay, that seems to be working. Sounds quite good. Alright, so it looks like that's working. We're going to have to do something about the buttons because that is going to cause me to misdial some numbers. But I suspect that should be fixed by a simple cleaning.